gotta be physically.
Okay. Go in.
George.
And then vice versa on the opposite.
6:02. And with water and George again.
And what?
6:20. In, out at 6:23. See? You wrote it down.
Good job.
Just leave it, Rick. Just leave it. Don't even.
What's that?
All set? Stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All. Rick McComb, present. George Merrill. Present. Joelle Hinckley.
Present.
Tracy Raincourt.
Present.
Laura Clifford. Discussion is over with. Gender adjustments. No.
Thank you.
Just have one, just to, I recommend to move or I'm asking to move the R24 public works position to the next selectman meeting because there is a school board meeting tonight.
Right.
So that was the,
Yes, sir. Any more discussion? All in favor? Opposed?
sorry.
Sorry, Don. That's all right. Dave?
I was just gonna do it.
Yeah. That it? So, yep, unfinished. Ceremonial, none, unfinished business. Good. New business. Town manager position.
What?
Town manager position. What?
We're still gonna do bids tonight.
Yeah, we're still doing
We're still-
bids.
Still doing road bids.
We're still doing road bids.
That was the public works discussion.
Oh, you're.
Oh, you were, oh,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Yes. So I'll make a motion, to appoint Raquel Welch Day, hyphen Day, as our new town manager effective Monday, and authorize chairman of the board to enter into the employment contract with Raquel. Salary will be at $100,000, 3 weeks of vacation, and the 1-year contract. Yeah, review in 6 months, and then annual review after that for additional compensation if necessary.
I'll second it.
Any more discussion? All in favor? What, do that, this.
I do have one quick. George, you said additional compensation. Would it be potential extension of contract maybe?
Yes.
Yeah. What would do? Okay.
All in favor? Opposed?
Maybe she wants to introduce herself.
We're on the spot.
Yeah, well, today. Looking forward to meeting everybody down here. I live in Peru, but I live in commute, depending on which way I go. But I'm looking forward to meeting some new faces and working with everybody. Hopefully we can all make Sabattus a great place to be.
We'll meet Tony, Public Works.
Yeah. We will do.
I already am.
I'll find you. Transfer station,
Yeah,
Amy Met Holly. treasurer,
yeah, only chatting. Yep.
And Brenda the clerk.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, award paving bid. Somebody does.
All right. Well,
We don't have the working.
yeah, I don't have a motion.
So we're kind of.
I can read it. I'll read it if I can see it.
I'll make a motion. That we give the road bid to the low bidder, Gendron and Gendron. Again, the 5 six road on here, Webster Corner Road, Key Road, Cleveland Pond Road, Burbush Road, Fisher Farm Road, Ross Road. Total $1,374,430.
You said,
How much was it again? Sorry.
$1,374,430.
Second it.
more discussion?
Discussion on performance bond. Gentleman's gonna be here from January.
I thought it was 2. but the other. Let's go.
So again, my question, to me, I guess, is there gonna be a performance bond for the project? And what's that? The scope of the project or the scope?
Everything was in the packet with bids as far as what the whole scope of the job was. That's what,
Some engineering,
yeah,
Pine tree.
pine tree.
right.
But unfortunately, we didn't get to see that, so that's. Without answers to my questions about. Again, I'm gonna no, again, it's providing the bid specifications, not knowing what's fine is going to happen, and about maybe Bob and Pine Tree Sharon's gonna be here as well, so we can ask questions. Subject to some of the other work we've had done. Yeah, that's, I think they should be, so. What's that?
John?
I asked this at town meeting, you guys voted to go with name bonding, whatever it was,
No, we didn't.
bonding service last year, you did,
We didn't.
okay.
It's not even anything.
Right, how many of those roads were ditched last year?
Which one was ditched last year? And what did you guys do?
I wrote that in favor of judgment, what roads were ditched, because they should be ditched a year prior.
If they need to be, I mean,
Well, I mean,
We did part of Sutherland Pond.
You're right, we've done sections that need it, but the majority of the roads are all pretty much ready for hot top. There's a couple, so we got 2 to do tomorrow. And we're gonna continue as much as we can get done until, right, until they're on it. But the more we bring shoulders and ditches down, the more they're gonna pitch out the shoulders of, because they're paying for backing up the hot top, they're paying for everything that they do afterward, all the things. If the shoulders are lower, then we're gonna have to add more gravel to bring back.
So we need to table this till we get them into from Gender and Pine Tree Engineering, get here and talk to us about it. Can we table it? I just give you.
See, gonna have a meeting next week, we're gonna go up, wait a week.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay. So you want me to, I'll take a vote. We got to vote like to table it. So I'll make a motion that we table it next week.
More discussion? All in favor? Opposed?
Okay. I just saw the bid spec, so you have those or Rob has those and somebody send them.
Yeah, well,
Something to take a look at.
You need the contract?
Just voting.
The entire project though. So with the Webster Corner Road is going to be a complete rebuild, right? So I guess just what that was gonna entail.
That's grind at a minimum of 8 inches. Full 8-inch grind. And then re-gravel a minimum 3 inches. And then where it needed more, but a minimum 3-inch gravel. Round to 8 inches, we know that was in the Webster.
So that bond could have been voted on with a contingency of the information that you need.
Can you do an amendment then?
Well, we vote.
Do a revote?
For,
If that's the case, like if you guys can do it with a contingency, wouldn't it make more sense to approve the bond with a contingency of the
It's not a
information?
bond, it's bid.
A bid, sorry.
yeah, I feel like, wait.
Well, we really have to now, Tracy wants out.
No, it's available.
No, not a lot. Yeah, we're moving this.
John Manili, discuss rec department invitation to the select board.
Yep, the rec club would like to invite any members of the board of selectmen who are able to attend our meeting on Sunday, August 17th at 6 p.m. at Oak Hill Middle School. Sit in on a meeting and hopefully get a better idea of what the rec club does. And offer any input you think would be helpful.
So the whole rec department board will be there,
The rec club,
rec club,
right?
club, you don't have a board?
We have a board, it's the Sabattus Rec Club, not a department of the town. It's not the Sabattus Rec Department.
I didn't say that,
Yes, you did.
I said board.
You said the Sabattus
Is
Department.
there a rec department board?
The-
Kelly's shaking her head,
There's a rec club board.
are they gonna be there?
Yes,
Okay, that's all I have.
Okay.
What's the date?
Sunday, August 17th,
Sunday?
6 p.m., Oak Hill Middle School.
I'm 17th. I have to be honest, I'm not sure about the other thing that day. All right, I did attend the last one.
You
I
did.
did attend the last one. I was outside on the picnic tables. There are quite a few people from all three towns that invest a lot of time, whether it's coaches or directors or and not just for kids either. There's some programs for adults and things too in there. It's a pretty neat club in our area and a great place to kind of meet new people and a lot of projects to bring communities together and things like that. So I think it was a neat, nice little meeting, and I look forward to attending the next six more after that, and I get that. I would love to attend it. So, yeah. The reason for Sunday night, but from what I understand, is that it's a night that there's no sports often, so coaches, because a lot of directors and coaches and things like that contribute to the meetings and things, so that's my understanding. Why Sundays are not a different day of the week.
And where is it at?
And do we have something on our website that points us about a step fund, like on your town website. Because that might be nice for new residents and people moving in and things, but we can work on like that.
Just quick.
Just a quick one.
Anything else, Sean?
No,
Need approval of selectmen's meeting minutes, June 3rd. It was tabled.
I'll make a motion that we accept the select board meeting minutes on June 3rd as printed in that.
Second,
Any discussion? All in favor? Comments from the board? George?
So I just want to let the public know that pursuant to the agreement or Poirier, that he has paid his legal fees or some of his legal fees that was required. And remind people that town hall will close on Monday, June 30th, as it is a holiday for the staff. Actually, it's an extra work day for the staff. It's end of year closing the books, so Monday, June 30th, town office will be closed. And I'm just wondering to Rick that we haven't seen any proceeds for the sale of the property on Route 9 yet.
Yeah, they are working.
Doesn't even say pending.
It should have been closed out on Friday. I forget what time it was, but there's something that I think the proceeds were distributed and now it's getting ready to be split between both towns.
I'd like to take a moment to thank Laura for all her work at getting town meeting up and functional. She PowerPoint, she organized the school, the sound system, computer, so that she could all make sure work to get us there.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
And thank you for the sheet on the table.
Yeah.
I think you most about.
yeah, and I really put on it with Samantha Silas, the custodians and the help from people to get all of those in the right places, because they had to bring it from three different schools. So thank you to the team for being at our community. You good?
Yeah.
I just have, the animal control officer, it'd be nice, Lisbon had posted that theirs was retiring, so that would be nice to know where that's at, for our contract with that, to be added to the agenda. And then it would be nice to just have a discussion sometime of adding or modifying current agenda, but maybe with our new town. And then get, some items that we have talked about before, having, department heads doing their report outs, and some of the properties that the town owns and for sale. Keep them on until there's a decision made. And then I would like to add to the next agenda about the mill site. The church had a discussion. Pastor from the church had come at one point to kind of talk about what to do with that. So I think it would be nice to either let some community building happen there, or if we can sell it, get rid of it. I don't know what the ramifications of the specs of that property are, but it would be nice to see some movement on it. But can be sold. Like, what's the point of keeping it, I don't know, but yes.
You take that lot away, you take the snow, everywhere we put snow, which means from the store and from church, all has to be trucked away immediately. And just so you know, it all gets pushed down there
That's good to know.
during the storm.
Yeah.
So have I.
It doesn't, we try not to push it in the river, it gets pushed down there. We use, because the other spot is now rocked off that we were using, which is the better.
So I think it'd be great, I mean, even maybe to start a committee with some different opportunity at places like that or things. And then I hope we are going to add to the agenda some of the items that were approved at town meeting. So it'd be nice to kind of know eventually on the equipment purchases and things like that. I think those are great things to share on Facebook, residents pass, and then we purchase whatever when that happens. As well as a committee for the Sabattus Primary School. Was nice. So building committee discussion, create a committee or something to further that discussion on what could happen with that property.
Go ahead.
Sure. And we talked about mill site, we can get Public Works down there with their new boom mower and maybe shave it all down, make it presentable.
I mean, we're only renting it right now,
That's,
trying to get
yeah,
on the roofs.
yeah, that's fine, but when and if that happens, it would be nice, we have spare time. But spare time. Again, we, it is, so I mean, we talked about the downtown, we're trying to clean up the downtown, and that's our property, it should be as well.
I'm not against that, but if we're gonna do that, it should probably hold a couple places accountable. Just throwing that out there.
You got it? And I have upcoming date stuff, this people look forward to, June 25th. Is the school budget vote by the board, by the school board,
What was that date?
June 25th.
Today?
See? And so July 9th is the public vote, public meeting. July 9th is a public meeting vote at Oakville High School. July 29th will be the referendum again. And I know I'm putting Laura on the spot, all of us on the spot, but just wanted to talk about Fund Fest. Not knowing what the date was last year, things we gotta do.
So, we had almost 70 residents attend last year, the fire department, the police department attended, and, consensus across the board was, could we turn this into a festival because it was so darn hot. And every year it is so darn hot. And so, the ask was if we could try an autumn festival, maybe do a bouncy house, and it would be much more enjoyable. I don't know how that will run into with sports and things, so I was thinking of maybe trying to do that route this year, and as well as the trunk or treat was something one of the planning people wanted to organize too. So if you would like to do a fun festival, I have a box of things. If you're okay with an autumn fest, you can help with that. Yeah. Cool. Done.
Well, I had added last year, but
Yeah, good, bye.
Yeah. Yes, we were there this weekend. Kelly and I were there this weekend. Sabattus Police came as well for the hooked on fishing event, and it was fun.
But anyway. Into your.
Yeah.
Parking. John?
Legion does the trunk or treat already.
I don't think it was going to be the same weekend because Legion did it, Mixer parking lots and places in there did a trunk or treat. And I think was there one more place that did it so kids could we participated in that before. But it was not going to be the same weekend as that, or the PTA does a large one in Litchfield, and it was not going to be the same as that. So this was the one, Norman, it was 15 years last year it had been going for, and Norman handed it over, and forget the person that's about it in there that helped. Michelle. Helped a lot with the organization of it. There was an account there, And if anyone would like to be president of the fun festival, I have great connections, for that to happen.
Fall Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and anything else? Comments from the town manager? Comments from the chair? No? Treasurer's report. Liquid taxes collected between 5/14/25 through 5/31/25. Principal, 2,772.47. Interest with cost, 289.50. Total delinquent taxes collected, 3,061.97.
Motion to accept the treasurer's report as printed and read.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Comments from the floor? Jerry?
I apologize for not getting on the agenda. Race Quip, our longtime roll-off container company that we do business with. Last Monday, the new steel tariffs kicked into effect. He agreed to give us this price of $22,400. So we won't have the new ones, the new price increase. And if you give the okay to sign this work order, we will save the taxpayers $2,600 in this quote, on this quote. And you wouldn't get the invoice until the end of August or September. These cans are 8 to 10 weeks out. And these were approved at town meeting. So if you were able to sign it, then I could email it to him and get on the process.
And what was the dollar amount that was approved at town meeting?
25,000.
And so this is for 21 with an expiration date.
22/4.
Right on here. And this expiration date of 6/21 is extended.
How long did it extend it till, just the weekend or?
Just till Friday.
Okay.
Offer a public comment to accept the proposal from Lisa Pitt for Jerry to purchase 2 cans at $22,400.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Favor? Opposed? Thanks, Jerry. Did you get an email regarding Casella Waste? I got something sent to me real late today. Regarding the contract.
We don't have a contract with the seller.
Or not Casella, or is it, who's the one that,
Waste management. We haven't got anything. Our contract runs out with them. I think it's September or October.
We 6.
Yeah,
Pete LaChapelle?
I know Peter. What's he up to?
Says, not sure if you remember me, but I met with you and the full board back in July of 2022 regarding our summer lease agreement. That agreement is due to expire on September 30th of this year.
Yeah.
Wanted to set up a time with you to discuss Waste Management's proposed new agreement. If you could provide me with a couple dates and times, week after the 4th, that would be great. Now, didn't we sign in? So when is it due?
Our contract is due up, I think it's September. I was waiting till we got a new town manager.
September 30th, yeah.
And I was going to ask them if they wanted to start working on this in August, because they have to do the RFP,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, I just wanted you to be aware of it.
We need to get away from that discussion here. Okay.
John?
Martin's Point, we didn't have a vote of any kind for commission for Martin's Point again this year. Been like 2.5 years that we've been discussing this. Are we gonna try to get a commission? I've got 2 or 3 people that are interested in working on it, but.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it at town meeting again.
No. My failure when I was doing it. Your failure? Why didn't you?
But also at Martin's Point, you've got people that let their dogs run loose down there now. A dog came down from Shore Drive by itself and just wandered around through the park, and then a kid came down on one of those one-wheel hovercraft scooter things or whatever they are, and he called the dog came up from by the beach and brought the dog back home. Another lady brought her dog down on a leash, but with a bag of trash, and she walked over to the trash barrel and put her bag of trash in the trash barrel and then walked home. There's dogs running loose. There's people that bring their dogs, put them in the boat, and when they pull their boat out, the dogs jump out of the boats and run around the park for a while and get their business taken care of, and then they leave. There's no monitoring of the park. Just for your consideration. Also, with the heat that we had in the last couple of days, I noticed Wales opened up their town office for a cooling center. I'm wondering if the EMA director has anything planned for such incidents that we could use this building or something for the town. Anybody that needs a cooling center, or in the winter, a warming center.
I think equal to that would like people on oxygen and like medical necessity devices if they don't have like a generator backup. Kind of add addition to.
And also at Gupton, at the old Boy Scout campground, Amy Soper from the Anastarville Land Trust is working on a mid-August kind of a festival day there. She's going to try and have music and paddling events for the kids, trail walking. I've been working on some trails over there with her. I recently found out about Labonte Falls, which is a pretty cool place that I never even knew existed. But she's looking at mid-August. Then finally, I have 2 things. November 19th last year, approval of the road bond RFP. Selectman John Paul Kern, this is the minutes, made a motion to approve and accept to use Maine Municipal Bond Bank to fund the $2 million road bond. Second by Selectman Noel Hinckley, the vote was 5-0. I'm wondering, do you need to rescind that vote that you're gonna go up for this bond now? Or is that you using that same bond vote, or how's that work?
Using the bond, going out, getting involved. Because with the bond bank, we can't do anything till September. Even if we did go with the bond bank, we'd have to start in September, which would not get these roads done this year. So we opted out of that. So we thought it would be better.
Do you need a vote? I just. So on the books, you have a vote that you're using Maine Municipal Bond Bank.
So for me, I'll ask when we put on the agenda for next week.
Yeah.
We put the bid on there, also put financing on there too.
We do have that.
Are we ready to do that? Okay.
Need that information.
Yeah,
But yes, I have somebody in place waiting.
And finally, on the same meeting, November 19th, the water and sewer district came up. And there's nothing in the minutes about this, the discussion that Eric brought up. But Eric talked to Paul Moran about the cost for the water district to have the town office do the billing and the paperwork and messages and postings and all that. And at the time, Eric said, the town accountant said that $35,000 was too cheap. And Eric had said the town was gonna get out of that package deal with the water district. The next, excuse me, that was November 19th. On December 3rd, under old business, water sewer district, the town office will continue taking phone calls, payments, work orders, and making of bills, mailing of bills. I don't know, there was no discussion on here for minutes, and I don't know what the deal was, but it seemed to me that from what Eric said, the town wasn't gonna do the paperwork and the office work for the water district anymore. And you had told me, Rick, about a month ago when I came and mentioned this, you said that was never discussed.
Part that was discussed was to keep that portion here still with the town, which we are, the town is being paid $10,000 to take care of what you had just said, other than all the other they're still answering the phone, they're still dispatching, they're still sending out payments or bills. And that was, I don't know when that was discussed, but it was capped here because it was, we wanted to make it easier for the town folks to come to the town office to do their business. So I don't know where you got that from. I don't know.
It was on the video.
Yep.
You have.
Yep.
I watched it several times to get the.
And that, again, that was probably changed before Eric left. So that's all I can tell. With you, I can fill you in with on that.
The superintendent was blindsided by the acting town manager when this came to happen. Because what happened is you had somebody that resigned up at the town office that used to do all of the work and 8 other jobs. And when that person left, it became a cluster upstairs. They couldn't do it. They had, so a lot of it got outsourced.
And it was still under contract.
And it was still under contract, which still has another year to go, as a matter of fact. So we're actually, the town actually breached the contract. And the district says, we're good with it. We're gonna work with you. And right now, it actually works really good right now, where they answer the phones, the townspeople can come here, make payments, register their car, do all that stuff, and everything's just working just fine.
Anything else?
Hi there, my name is Kelly and I'm from the Garden. So our MOU, which is between the town and the district, will be, it will state at the end of, it says, let's see, if you choose to take the building and to not renew our MOU, then I would have to remove the garden effective August 31st. So I would ask that you consider allowing the community garden to stay at Sabattus Primary School location until there's a decision made on for further discussion of where the garden could go.
I'll make that motion that we allow the community garden to stay at Sabattus Elementary School for this growing season.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Anything else?
Oh, John, remember this, there, the board, what you're doing is you're voting on stuff that's not on the agenda, just so you know that, so people can have record of it, John.
You talking about?
They're voting on stuff that's not on the agenda. They're voting on stuff that's not on the agenda, like dairy stuff, and if it's not on the agenda, you technically don't supposed to vote on it, because people, that you have the idea that can come down here. So you, that's all.
I have to bring it up.
Actually, that's exactly.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing, George, did you ever get my number phone at town meeting?
The number 4.
Okay, we're good. Mr. Chair,
Yes.
did you ever contact the attorney for the FOIA request on the harassment issue going on? Do you have any results yet? All right, I think the amount of months that I've waited long enough, It's now gonna be taken out of your hands, the attorneys are gonna get involved. And now what's gonna happen is selectmen, budget committee members, employees, we're all gonna get pulled into this. Laura, you're not part of this right now. But I just want you all to know, Raquel, I apologize that you pulled into this. It's gonna get nasty. I just want you guys to know that. I think you've had plenty of time for a FOIA request and I got nothing. An accusation that a selectman said about, matter of fact, public works guys are here, that Selectman Hinckley stated that she had a complaint about my wife being someplace from two people, one from Public Works and one from somebody she doesn't even know. Public Works guys, I asked them, nope, they're all willing to come in and state that it wasn't us. All right? 20, I don't, were you in there, working there? Okay, so just, so I requested it, you got no information. So now the attorneys are gonna take care of it from here.
That it? Workshop.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Georgia.
Actually, in the back.
That included in it.
That they, yeah.
That would be all.
Oh, Polly has.
Yeah, I did that.